Hey guys, how you doing? My name is Rich Guzman.
What's going on, you guys? My name is Ace Guzman.
All right, I'm gonna see right here if the audio is good, guys. So let me just double check here. Do we got some audio? Yes, we do. We look good. All right, so guys, we are here to help you break the chains of struggle in your business with the hot seat. The hot seat every single Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now over here it's 9 because we're in Puerto Rico, just to let you know. But welcome to the hot seat live, guys. So excited that you're here. Let's look over here in the chat area. We got people hopping on the live right now. Super excited. Let's see here.
Colleen, good evening, Colleen.
What's going on?
Good to see you.
We got some Facebook users as well.
Yes. I know.
Beautiful,
Excited to be
guys.
here. Excited to have you here.
Yes. All right. So let's get started, guys. We have
lots of questions.
A lot of questions to get to.
Let's get through them.
And if you have any questions, guys, put it in the chat. If you're watching us here on YouTube, make sure you put the question in the comment section, and give us the thumbs up. It definitely helps us with the algorithm on YouTube. And love you guys and appreciate you as well.
I'm like, right. Give us a thumbs up. Yeah, dude.
Awesome.
Okay, so we're gonna start off with these questions here. We have a question coming from Isabella. Says, hey, Ace and Rich, good evening. Are there creative and cost-effective ways you've implemented to show appreciation to keep your affiliate team motivated and satisfied? That's a great question.
And satisfied.
Well, we do things differently.
Yeah, I mean, we're not trying to, make people feel satisfied. We're kind of giving them a little bit of tough love, right?
Tough love.
Yeah. At the same time, we really care about them and everything, but we also have to give them a little tough love because you have to realize that now you're an entrepreneur and you have to have, a thicker skin, right? Like a skin of rhino, because you're going to be faced with challenges as an entrepreneur, but your mindset's going to be affected along with your marketing efforts when you're learning some new skill sets.
Yeah, exactly. And when it comes to team building, and I'm pretty much skilled in that, I've been teaching people and other leaders how to build out their teams and keep people together. The key to keeping people together is building those relationships and having those relationships with your team members, knowing, when you can be there for them, be available when they need you, as far as answering their questions during your allotted time that you are available. Don't let them constantly ask you questions, because that's where you have your group team meetings and things like that to leverage off of.
Well, yeah, because it definitely robs your time when you're trying to get your work done as well.
It does.
So definitely get like Calendly, set up a scheduler, so that way they can set up an appointment with you.
Yep.
And then appreciate you more for actually doing that.
Exactly. And let me just take a look and see if I missed anything.
That was a great question, because I want to tell you something. Ace has always been like the glue, in our business. You know what I mean? I'm the one that helps out with the tech, and help get things set up, get people marketing as fast as possible. But Ace just has a way to just, she's the glue that keeps everything together in the business, which is incredible.
As long as they keep calling me coach, I'm cool with it. Some people do end up calling me mom. I don't like that. I already have a son. Don't call me mom. Call me Coach Ace.
Some people call her Coach Ace. They call her Coach Ace. They call him, mentor.
Yeah.
Different things like that. That's what you've been doing.
I've been called Lady Boss.
Lady Boss too.
I've been called Lady Boss. So.
Absolutely.
But as far as cost-effective ways, it doesn't really cost anything but some time. That's all it is. You don't have to spend any money. You don't have to send out presents and gifts and things like that and try to wine dine and fine dine your team members. There are times where you can do things like that, like times of appreciation. When it came to one of our team members, when they got to their first, 6 figures, we sent them a gift, right? Another team member, when they got to their first $20,000 mark in the ranks, we sent them a card, we sent them a Hallmark card. We find ways that we can do things like that just to show that we care and we have appreciation for them, and we're watching them and we're rooting for them, and we just want to keep encouraging them, because by you being that kind of leader, it really shows that you care, and people don't care about how much they only care about how much you care.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. Great question, Isabella. Good for you. All right.
Another question. Awesome.
Next question. Let's take a look at the chat. Rich, do you see any?
Let's see over here. We got Colin saying good evening, all. And we got Richard Osborne over here.
Praise the Lord, Ace and Rich. This is Richard from Monroe, Michigan. Hello, Richard.
Ooh, it's getting cold over there.
Welcome back to the hot seat.
All right, and we got over here.
Karen, Blue Link Social Pro. Come join us here if you would like. Every Friday, hot seat.
Absolutely.
This is the place to be. Absolutely. Okay, next question. Ace and Rich, what leadership strategies have you found effective in empowering your team members to take ownership and their responsibility for their business? You can't make people do things they don't want to do. I mean, just honestly, like when it came to like working with people, like, you know, me and Rich, we spend time with people who really care about building their business and we watch how they move. So we spend time with movers and shakers. The people that just want to sit and lollygag, we don't spend a lot of time with them. Really, you got to like divide that up and delegate, right, Rich?
Yeah, when it comes to people that are not willing to take action and all they do is like complain and, you know, they have that entitlement mentality, we don't work with people like that.
No.
You know, but like you said, the people that are moving and shaking, the people that are like asking questions, the people that are hungry to learn, to grow, to get a result, we're going to be there for them. We're going to help them, you know, every step of the way.
Yes.
I mean, that's what a coach does. That's what a mentor does.
Yes.
You know, well, the right mentor, because we have people out there that
yes, and you got to do your part too. You know, it's not so much just being the person on a microphone and saying, hey, I need you to do this. Hey, I want you to do that. No, it's not that kind of leadership. What it is you got to do the damn work too. You got to get this together. You can't just go and delegate and be like, okay, I need this team to do this. But how can you rule a team and get a team to do something if you ain't doing it yourself? So like, for example, if you got a team and you're not doing the reading, but you told them to go read the book, why don't you read the book first and then find out what parts of the book you can actually work with the team with? You see, that's how you really collaborate together. It's a collaborative thing. You know, you can't just have a team and just be like telling people what to do and you don't do it yourself. You know, it's like when it comes to upgrading, like I tell my team members all the time, don't tell people to get the high ticket if you ain't done it yourself. You're going to be the fool in the end when you get them emails and they be like, womp, womp, crying because you just passed up a commission and because you told your team members to go upgrade, but you didn't do it.
That hurts.
It hurts. It stings, man.
That definitely stings.
It really does. Lead by example. Exactly. Hey, Tracy. Tracy Lee's here.
Tracy Lee, what's going on, buddy? Welcome
Next
to the live.
question. Very good question. Go ahead, guys.
Move on to the next one. Hold
on. I got to open up this tablet again. Okay, here we go. Rich, you talk about having a mentor is very important. This is Ray. Did having a mentor or a support system play a role in pushing you to take action and apply what you've learned?
For me in the very beginning, I mean, I've had mentors and stuff like that, but they didn't treat me the way that I treat, you know, people that we come in contact with now. I was left on my own quite a bit for me to figure some things out. I got a lot of tough love. But I can tell you that the people that were role models in my life really helped me out a lot as far as like becoming headstrong, you know, understanding the right kind of mindset, learning the relationship with money, that, you know, money is not evil, right? Money is not, you know, like, you know, how you probably heard in the past, like money doesn't grow on trees, you know, what do you think we could afford that? You know, things like that, psychologically damaging to your relationship with money. I learned a lot about that. You know, because the way I grew up, I'm sure, you know, you grew up the same way or similar, is that, you know, we didn't have much money when we were growing up.
No.
We struggled a lot. My mom went to college, worked, you know, 2 jobs, you know, just to really make ends meet. And it was really tough. And I hardly ever saw my mom, you know, because she was always working. She was always, you know, going to night school. And, you know, then she worked for the city. You know, she retired.
Your mom was a single mom, right?
Single mom, 3 kids. It was really hard. Now that I'm an adult and I'm older, I could really appreciate that more. When you're a kid, you don't really understand that. But, you know, I could say, you know, my mom is also a role model for me too, because she showed me, like, no matter what the circumstances are, you can't lift yourself out of poverty. You can't lift yourself out of being in a situation where you don't want to, you know, be in. And I think that comes part of it too, you know, me becoming very headstrong. I get that, you know, from my mom. You know, my dad, he was more like, very business minded, business savvy. He was a hustler. He always had a lot of money. And he, told me taught me the business side of things. But, my mindset mentor, Jeffrey Combs, he really taught me the relationship with money, but he taught me more how the mind works with people, how to communicate with them effectively, how to really listen better, but listen in a way that goes beyond just listening. Because you could have a conversation with somebody and you could be listening, but are you actually having empathy and feeling at the same time of what you're listening about? Like what's coming at you, are you really feeling what's really happening?
Yes.
That's one of the biggest lessons I've learned about communicating with people. So anybody I talk to, it's not just that I'm being quiet, I'm actually listening, but I'm also feeling, and I have that empathy about what's going on with somebody. I can feel that pain. So when I feel that pain, I know how to respond back and talk accordingly, and really try to help someone out by coming from that place of empathy. So a lot of different role models in my life really helped me out with business and definitely mindset.
So it's
And
important.
I got more too. I mean, there's more out there.
But it is important to answer the question. It is important to have a mentor. Absolutely.
Yeah,
And you don't have to have one. You can have multiple people that you are influenced by that can have a mark in your career, like in your journey of affiliate marketing.
Find out where you are,
in your journey of whatever business that you're involved in, whatever niche it is. Have the mentor that is the master of that.
Find out where you are.
Yes.
Who you want to be mentored by.
Yes.
Let's say that you're learning video marketing. Maybe you want to go to Daryl Eves. He's like the YouTube
He's
king,
cool,
right?
Daryl.
So you can go to a mentor like that, learn from that mentor to become a better video marketer. For me, the reason why I chose Jeffrey is because Jeffrey helped a lot of people from making no money to making 6 figures and beyond, right? And 7 figures. And I know why. And I said, one day that guy's going to be my coach. And he did become my coach and mentor. And that was a big part that I needed in that time for me, because I was struggling mentally in my life. So I needed a mental coach for my mind. And I was naive because I went to California, spent 3 days with him. I'm like, oh, I'm going to learn a lot about making money. And I was naive because when I got there, I didn't learn anything about making money. I learned more about me and what's wrong with me and why I wasn't making money. And that was a big aha moment for me. So
very cool.
You guys are
man.
getting a lot of insight tonight.
This is great insight because, like not a lot of people think about having some kind of a mentor when they first get started. They just go and they start running off with the races and they start thinking about, oh, I got to make money. I got to make sales. But then you realize why the hell you're so damn broke is because you haven't found your true, your true master, your mentor. It's like with me with martial arts, I studied martial arts for quite a number of years. I started with the age of 4.
Black belt.
And and my father, he was the only guy that I knew. But then I went to my dad and I said, Dad, is there someone else? I mean, you're my dad, that's cool and all, but give me a sensei, a real sensei, somebody that could really mentor me, somebody that could really, teach me martial arts and how to fight. And he said, you're my nephew. And I said, oh, okay. You mean my cousin Eric? And he's like, yeah. So he contacted my cousin Eric in Mexico, and Eric flew down and, he mentored me in the basement. We started working out, started fighting and sparring and everything. And, I started getting good. And then I said, I want one of those, man. I want one of those black belts. And he's like, well, you got to earn it, and I gotta make sure that you are worthy of it. You don't just get handed black belts these days in karate schools. Good Lord. They just hand out black belts like they handing out candy from trick-or-treating. I'm telling you, you got to earn it. So when it comes to this business, Rich and I, we earned our stripes. We have invested heavily into mentorship, real mentors, people that don't lollygag, they walk their talk, they have the results. These are the people you want to learn from and get mastered. And we did a webinar yesterday, and we had like a showcase during the webinar. We showed all the headshots of all the people that had an impact in their lives. And, Jeffrey Combs was one of them. He was there in the gallery, and we were showing, like, you guys want to know how Ace and Rich, got their start and how they actually were able to acquire so much knowledge and so much skills. And these are the people that impacted their lives. These are their mentors. So yeah, absolutely. It's a great piece of advice there. You definitely want to look into mentorship if you don't have one. I see somebody here. Minnie says she hasn't seen us since Arizona. Hello, how are you?
My
oh my gosh. Merry
That's been a
Christmas.
while.
Absolutely. Good to see you. Thank you for stopping by the hot seat. Let's see here. We got a comment from Maria. Maria. Let's see. Maria says, but if something feels off about the current mentor, listen to your gut. Yes, absolutely, hon. You are so right. Your intuition will tell you something is definitely off. And the intuition is never wrong. The intuition is that energy inside of you. It's God connecting. It will tell you something's off. And you can tell right away, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely. So yeah, listen to your gut. Very good. Let's
That's a very
see.
good point.
Ace is the Kung Fu Panda. Tracy, you are something else, man. That's my boy over there. Oh, let's see. Maria again. Don't rationalize if that mentor does something that doesn't seem right to you. This is why I connected with Ace and Rich, because the other person was not honest. There you go.
Yeah.
Truth.
Truth. Been to that before.
Yes, absolutely. Richard says, oh, and by the way, I bought the book from Amazon called Mike Dillard, Magnetic Sponsory. I've been reading that book, like Ace said. It's a wonderful book. I'm so glad you took action on it. You know, when we speak about book recommendations, we don't say it for our health. We don't say it to make money. We say it because we want you to really study. You know, I have a picture out there of one of my posts showing all the books that I've read. And, you know, I still got more to go that I have to share, because over the years, these books become what is known as your references. So you may have read the book once or twice, but then later on you find that you're in a situation that you got to go back to the book. And like people who we recommended to read Magnetic Sponsor, and they're like, I had to read that book 100 times because there was stuff in there I missed the first time, you know, and you have to use it for references. But that's what's great about building a business and having, you know, everything within your control. You can control taking the book and looking at it, reading certain chapters that apply to you, and go, you know what? Why didn't I see that before?
Don't you have that slide with all our mentors?
Oh gosh, that's on the other computer. That's on the other computer. All right, cool guys. You guys getting value from this on the hot seat? This is the hot seat. Let's take a look here. Who else have some questions? Love the comments. Go keep them coming. Thank you so much.
Love it. We got here. Yep. Let's see. That's a good book. I'm understanding a lot of stuff that he's talking about. Yeah, absolutely. You know, Richard, it's something about it. The reason why we share that with you is because that was my first marketing book that I've ever got online, and it was the first product that was told to purchase.
Mm-hmm.
And because of that reason, you know, you're walking down the same footsteps as we did.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So that's why we share that book with you, because now you're walking in our footsteps, right? Our history. So now you can see where Ace and Rich's mindset is, and where their mind and how they think and what they've learned, right? So
yep,
it's really powerful, guys, that book.
Let's see here. Okay, can you guys share a personal experience where you felt caught up in the cycle of continuous learning? How did you break free from it and transition into active implementation, moving your affiliate businesses forward?
This is what I call stuck in education mode.
Yes.
A lot of people get stuck in the education mode, and that's a mental thing. It's not like a marketing thing. It's more of a mental thing. People feel like that they have to get it. This is what my coach said. They have to get it, just right. Everything has to be positioned properly. Like the way he says, like the stars and the moon has to align just right for someone to take action. And the reality is, if you never take imperfect action, nothing will ever happen. So one of the most valuable things that Ace and Rich learned over the years, especially even today when we're doing new projects, we still take imperfect action. I tell you that everything that we do is never perfect. Never perfect. It's not supposed to be.
Nah.
Right? It's always constantly about staying uncomfortable and you're just doing it. If you start to think that it has to be just right, you'll never do it. Just like when I first started my video marketing journey in 2008, that was the first marketing strategy that I did. That was the thing. Not Facebook, YouTube. Then came Facebook. YouTube, I was told to create my first 10 videos. Being brand new, didn't know anything. Okay? My first video sucked. Now my mentor was like, hey, you're doing great. Keep going. You got a lot of potential, Rich. You're going to be great. You know what I mean? I'm like, what is she talking about? I have no idea. You know, I suck. But the reality is, what happened was I kept being imperfect. And what happened was that being imperfect started shaping into more getting closer to perfect. It would never be perfect, but it got closer. You see, you're always getting close to perfect, but you'll never be perfect. We can strive to be perfect, but we have to stay imperfect. That's how we get results. That's how we do things. That's how people look at us and they can relate to us and they can relate to you. Just by actually taking action and being imperfect, they can be like, you know what? That person's not perfect. That person is just like me. And now they can relate to you and they'll be like, hey, you know what? I want to work with that person. They seem more down to earth. They seem more real. They don't seem too polished, right? Because if you're too polished and you try to be too perfect, you're going to scare people away. Because they're going to feel like, well, I can't be like you. I can't be like that person.
Yeah.
You see, that's what people don't think about. So when we learn to always be imperfect, we got so many great results. When we, like I said, back to what I was saying just a little while ago, when we create new projects, those new projects we're testing, they got to be imperfect, right? To know what's going on with our marketing, right? New campaigns, new strategies, you got to do it imperfect. And you know what's great about it being imperfect? You get it done, it's out there and it's done. And you can always go back and update it and do it better and better and better. But if you get stuck in education mode and you get stuck in just learning, psychologically, you're thinking in your mind like, oh, I'm learning so much. I feel like I'm doing something, but you're not doing anything.
No.
It's not serving you well.
Agreed.
You must take action. You must take imperfect action and never, ever stop. That's when you start learning. That's when you start figuring things out.
Absolutely. Couldn't said it better myself. Let's see right here. Some feedback here. Tracy Lee says, being imperfect, we resonate with people just like yourself. And Karen says, with attraction marketing and an internet world, what platform do you feel works the best for attraction marketing? LinkedIn, Facebook, TikTok, Insta, or X? How many posts would you post a day?
Now, here's the thing about the different social media sites. All social media sites have different strategies, different ways of actually building your audience.
And different algorithms.
Exactly. So you have to think about like what works for you. For us, it's been Facebook. That's been like if you look at a pie chart in our business, Facebook has been a big part of that pie chart, right? Now, we do YouTube, right? Not a lot, and we do more on Facebook than YouTube, but we still do stuff every week on YouTube, right? X, I have over almost 7,000 followers. That's because I built it up over time. And we are, building the audience more and more and more on X. And people are looking at our content. I think X is good for brand awareness, to get your brand out there so people can know who you are and things like that. It's not good to just, blatantly promote. It's there for a strategy to funnel viewers to see your video.
Yes.
You can click on it and go right to YouTube, or if you want to upload the video to X, you could do that as well. But if you really think about X, I like X as brand awareness, and I can link them up. I can bring them to anywhere. Now, I won't send them to a offer. I won't send them to a sales page from X. I'll send them either to my video channel, or I'll send them to Facebook, somewhere else in the chain to get to know us more, right? Because that's that brand awareness you want to focus on. Now, Instagram is good for like, hey, you like me and and my dog, you like me and my family. I can show you some pictures, me hanging out, going to the beach, whatever, playing music, kind of more like a personal thing. It's not really, good for building business. I think it's more for on a personal side, what I've gathered over the years. Now, when it comes to LinkedIn, I never had any luck with LinkedIn. You have any luck with LinkedIn?
Honestly, I invested into a coach to teach me LinkedIn, and I just found that audience was just not a great fit for what I sold.
It seemed like they were just trying to do what you're trying to do.
Exactly. I think LinkedIn got so bad that the retention is horrible.
Yeah,
when it comes to certain offers.
I heard they were laying off quite a bit of people from there too. So,
yeah, I mean, it's great to meet people and all, but honestly, like, how further do you think you're going to get with a conversation if somebody's constantly hitting you over the head with bang, 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 the same thing all over again? It's like, dude, can we have a conversation without you pitching the hell out of me? You know, it's like, it's changed. This is why we chose Facebook, because Facebook, you don't have that kind of an obstacle. You don't deal with that anymore.
No.
You could be the best prospector, lead closer. Yeah. It doesn't really freaking matter. It just comes, are you going to spend a lot of time with trying to convince people you do what you do works best versus what they're doing? And I find that I have had a lot of success meeting and connecting with new, people on social media platforms like Facebook and YouTube and my email list, by the way, connected versus using LinkedIn.
And people ask us like, hey guys, you only got like, between 2,000 and 3,000 subscribers. It's not really a lot, but it's not the amount of subscribers that you have. And it's not the amount of views you have. It's how targeted are your subscribers on YouTube. And it's also, how engaged they are as well. Some people are quiet, right? Some people say something, but we generate leads from YouTube. They go on our list as well.
Yeah.
So, but like I said, X, great brand awareness. When it comes to LinkedIn, for us, we don't even bother with LinkedIn. It's just a waste of time, in our opinion. Facebook is definitely the mecca. I think Facebook really is really the big one, and I would really focus on what works for you.
Yeah.
And everybody builds their business differently online.
They do.
And for me,
and it's cool.
I like to measure and I like to track and see, where the results are coming from.
Mm-hmm.
And if I see where the results are coming from, like if you look at the pie chart in the business,
the data never lies.
Data never lies. We look at what works, and then we put more emphasis in the areas that work. I learned that from one of my mentors too, as well. Like what data you're getting, if something is working better in one place than the other, you should put more energy in that area, okay, and enhance it and even improve on it. But also, if something is, not working as well, you don't give up on it, right? You just keep working on it in the background and build it up and find out the strategy on how it works. Because again, like I said, these are different strategies with different social media platforms. So you got to think about, like, if this strategy works for me, I am going to go all the way with it.
Right.
And I'm going to focus on that strategy.
And just one more thing to actually piggyback off of that, Karen, to answer your question, although we gave you a whole lot of coaching just now, a lot more, what we're going to say is don't spread yourself too thin. And that goes for everyone. There's so many platforms, guys. There's no way a human being can spend so much time over 250 social networking platforms. Okay. Plus, let's put a plus next to that. There's no way that you're going to be able to put your content on all of those platforms. Not even the gurus do it. You have to pick specific ones that you could resonate with the audience and you have a good following and good presence with your branding. Okay. And that's why you got to pick at least 4 and just pick those primary 4 and stick with them consistently. And you shouldn't have a problem.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I agree with you on that. You don't want to overdo it, and because there's only so much time in a day.
Yeah.
Right. And you really got to spend your time wisely.
Because I've done it.
Yeah.
I've done it. And then I was like, oh, screw this. I'm just going to pick 4. All right. Awesome. Somebody say, hello, Guzmids. Let's see. Karen says, TikTok, I am meeting a lot of sugar daddies. Oh my gosh. Don't even get me started, girl, about the sugar daddies. It's awful, isn't it? I mean, we got sugar daddies. We got people trying to bother us all the time from different countries. You get all kinds of friend requests, and they're like literally getting away with this stuff with Facebook. And then, by the way, you guys who spent your money on the blue check mark, don't you guys feel like a bunch of fools because you're still getting your accounts actually duplicated and people are pretending to be you. I don't understand this. I don't understand it. I'm telling you, that's why we didn't do it. We're like, who's going to be Ace and Rich? Okay, we're the only ones. Anybody want to play with us? Okay, we know because we built so much relationships that our contacts know how to contact us through common sense and say, hey, that's not Ace and Rich. They don't sell crypto.
No, we don't sell crypto.
No.
Now, do we do
that's not us.
Another story.
Yeah, investments is one thing, but damn, do we have to like do referrals to get a crypto and all that stuff? And no.
Who is that?
Stop
it.
Hello,
Guzmans.
I don't know who it is. It just says user, but
It doesn't show there?
No, it doesn't. Well, yeah, it will show on Facebook. I mean, let me see who that is. Somebody said, hello, Guzmans. Who is that?
I'm curious.
Now you're curious. Okay, hold on.
Mm.
I got to bring this down here.
Curiosity killed the cat.
Oh, come on. Where's the volume on this?
Give me that.
There we go. Okay, that was, who said hello, Guzmans? I'm curious who said that.
Who is that?
It doesn't say.
It doesn't say.
I don't know who was, but thank you.
I'm curious, so just give me another comment there
Yeah.
and say it was me. And, give me your name. Because the way StreamYard is, it's like it says Facebook user.
Oh, look at this. Tracy Lee says, I love Ace's monthly content calendar. If you need content to post, this is the tool you need. Yeah, I've actually promoted a new one. It's actually called social media marketing club. And this is not my offer though. This is my mentor, Angie Gensler. I want to give her a shout out. She's so amazing.
Yes,
She's
sir.
the Pinterest queen.
Yeah.
And with her, she's been able to influence me as well as, coach me on creating badass content that's related to my niche. And yeah, I put a post about it, and it's so awesome to be able to have done for you content mapped out for 365 days a year. Hello. That's freaking awesome.
You can do it again next year.
You
Nobody's
can.
gonna
You can repurpose that
Nobody's gonna
content.
remember what you put up a
They're
year
just
later.
prompts. That's all you do. And with AI now combined with it, forget it. Done deal. Done.
Let's see, who was
Totally done. Yeah. Arnika Webb said hi. Oh, thank you, Arnetta. Okay, thank you. Yes, thank
Hi,
you so much,
Annetta.
Karen.
How you doing?
She's the one that said, "Hey, Guzmans, hey."
Hey.
Okay, next question. All right, let's see. Jason's been waiting here. Hi, it's Jason. Inflation can create skepticism among consumers. How can you guys help with someone who has a bad mindset as an affiliate marketer to address this type of skepticism and build trust with their audience?
Okay. Oh, this is a good one.
It's very good.
I learned something a long time ago. I learned two things. The first thing is, whenever there is, as they say, blood on the streets, chaos, okay, there is opportunity. There is always opportunity, especially in times like this. The mindset of someone that believes that nobody has any money, nobody can invest in the business because of inflation, are the ones that don't have an abundant mindset. They have more of a poverty mindset. Okay, and the reason why is because it's not their fault. It's just the way they grew up and what they were taught and stuff like that. But in 2008, when the first crash came, all right, there was a lot of money being made, guys. A lot of money, just so you know. A year later, I made my first six-figure income. And that was like one of the worst times, right? Now that we're going through this inflation, our business keeps soaring. Like if you look at the stock chart, how it goes up like this, right? Or goes down, ours just constantly keeps going up, right? During inflation. So that really is the opposite of what people are actually thinking, right? You understand something. The people get wealthy during times of struggle because it really pushes people right, in the corner, and they finally get uncomfortable and they go, hey, I'm ready to do something. I got to do something because my job ain't cutting it anymore. So that will make them uncomfortable to go out and reach and try to earn income online. And what happens is people won't make a change until, we were talking about this today, they won't make a change until their back's against the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So you got to understand something. You can't really think that way, that just because inflation exists, that you can't build a business, right? You can't create capital. Look at people with, cryptocurrency, for example. It doesn't matter if there's inflation. People who invested in Bitcoin are getting wealthy right now. You get what I'm saying? It's a total mindset shift of what you think about the circumstances going on right now in the world. Okay? Now, it's not your fault that your government was irresponsible with the spending, right? That's their fault. Okay? But you can control what you can control. And by actually thinking this way, you can say, well, yeah, you know what? There is inflation. But I do know that there's people out there looking more now than ever before
Oh yeah,
for a change in their lives.
that's right.
And they're looking for someone like you. They're looking for someone like you to say, is this the person that's going to bring me to the other side that I need to learn so I can take care of my family?
Yes.
It's a whole different way of thinking, guys. I'm telling you right now, it's a whole new way of thinking.
I like
All
what
right?
Minnie says. The ones who say I can't to everything will find a reason not to do it and then wonder why nothing's changed.
Yeah,
Very
I
good,
mean,
Minnie.
yeah,
Yes.
you can't blame
Yes.
anything on you just can't play the blame game. You gotta make sure that you create your own circumstances. Create your own circumstances. Control your destiny. Control your outcome. Always keep your eye on the prize, no matter how bleak it seems all around you, because that you can create your own like internal bubble. That's your own bubble that you can create your own circumstances and change your circumstances for the better. Okay, so always think the opposite of really how you feel. Okay, that's number two. Always think the opposite of the way that you really feel. Because if you really feel like there's no way to make it happen, change your thought process of the opposite and says, well, wait a minute, I'm not going to listen to you. That's a lie. Okay? Because I've been programmed to think that way. So I know that's a lie. But what's reality? Reality is what I make of it. Reality is what I can do about it. Because if I look at other people, why are they doing it in this tough time? And why can't I do it? You see what I mean? The answers are right there in front of you.
Yeah.
You just have to look right in front of you.
Yes. I think there's a question by one of our viewers here. Richard. I want to know what to do. Mike Dillard means by sponsor more distributors.
Okay. So Mike Dillard was in a network marketing company in that time when he wrote the book. And he actually went from network marketing and got into affiliate marketing, high-ticket affiliate marketing. He was in the same company I was in 2008, by the way. And he basically talked about distributors from that fashion because he was in network marketing. However, you can change it and you can say not distributors, but affiliate marketers that you're actually signing up.
Yes.
Okay. So just change the word distributor to affiliate marketers who are signing up, because you're basically doing the same thing. Except the difference is you can create more capital a lot easier than network marketing.
Absolutely. Good question. All right. Keep them coming, guys. Let's see. We got some time here. Jake. Okay. Here we go. Jake. I keep hitting the mic. Jake says, building a business, guys, with limited cash flow can be very challenging, as you have experienced. Can you share some practical tips on how you manage to sustain your affiliate business while dealing with the cost of all those monthly programs, hosting, and other essential expenses? Like, tell me what cost-cutting strategies or resourceful approaches helped you guys navigate the financial challenges?
Okay. We've been through this.
This is an excellent question.
Yeah, we've been through this. Yeah. We saw like a lot of money coming out of our bank account fairly quickly because we're, so many different monthlies and things like that.
Yeah.
So what we did was we just focused on three basic principles, three pillars. Building. What do you need to build? You need an autoresponder, right? That's for your building. Engagement. Social media is free, right? But also the selling portion of your business is through, running ads, things like that. So you're going to have a little bit of a cost with that. Don't get stuck in that craziness where people are always jumping from one opportunity to the other, or they go, oh, I can find this shortcut and this shortcut's going to help me with my business. When in reality, it's going to pretty much bleed you dry, because you'll end up being in 10 different things and your bank account is just being totally emptied out. Right? So just keep it simple. All you need is an autoresponder. You run some weekly ads, okay? And your monthly for your primary business, right? To be an affiliate. They always charge a monthly fee. Keep it simple like that. Put a spreadsheet together. Monitor where your money is going, all right? Hey, cut off the Netflix, right? Redirect your dollars.
Yes.
This is what I did.
We snatched off that cable.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, yeah,
we cut off cable.
We said, look, we don't want cable. Oh no, but no. Do me a favor. I don't want no cable. I want high-speed internet.
The highest
I want
possible.
the fastest possible internet. I don't want cable.
Yes.
Just give me the fastest internet.
True.
And that's what we did. We got the fastest internet. We focused on that. And then if we wanted to watch some TV for like an hour before we go to bed, we wouldn't be tired. All we have to do was just plug in an app, right?
Yeah.
And that's it. So, but like I said, there's ways to move money around. If you're hurting for money and you're trying to keep up with some costs, what's more priority in that moment? You can move money around. I got really good at moving money around when we didn't make a lot of money in the very beginning. I remember that. Okay, and you could do the same thing as well.
Exactly. Stop trying to compete with the Joneses, with the Jetsons or the Jacksons. I forgot how that goes.
Joneses.
Yeah, don't be up with the
Keep up with
Joneses.
the Joneses.
Yeah, keep up with the Joneses, not with the Jacksons. You know what I mean? Because that's what it is. It's like everybody's trying to, like y'all got like 5 TVs in your house, and y'all got all these extra cable channels that you're paying for. You barely even watch, and it's like, why are you throwing your money like that when you can put that into your own, your own business?
You ever flip through the cable channels? And
it's like you don't need 100 channels.
They're most of them are dead.
They're dead.
What am I paying for? And I could just
that's hot, right?
internet.
What we're talking about here. This is come on, y'all. Y'all know this stuff is true.
Just keeping it real.
Give us some love right down there.
Yeah.
Y'all know what we're talking about.
By the way, some people are probably going to watch this and go, "Well, what about the news? That local news?
Oh dear,
is all BS. It's fake. It's all propaganda.
Yep.
Okay. The new guys. Do you know that cable news is going out of business? Did you know that? Now you could just go online and choose the news that you want, because podcast, baby, is the future.
I think podcast news is the best.
That's right.
Because it's coming from real people who actually done their homework.
Real things, man.
Yeah, do real homework. You know what I mean?
They're saying about 5-10 years, there's not going to be any cable news.
Yeah, absolutely.
Those ratings are plummeting.
Yes. Check these comments coming out, Rich. Here.
Love it.
There's a question coming in from, I think it's G21.
There you go.
Hello, Ace and Rich. Has you ever used 3 leads a day found in PLS back office by MLM found in the training area? If you're talking about the traffic resources, I don't know how. Are you talking about, is that current? Because a lot of that data has been changed.
Yeah, I never really did the 3 leads a day training. What I focused on was the Diamond Course free ad secrets.
Yeah, free ad secrets.
The reason why I did that is because it taught me, how when you got no money in the very beginning, guys, you get creative. Okay, trust me. And this course is fantastic for that reason.
Yes.
It teaches you how to start running ads, and then as you start building a team, you could actually leverage your ads by creating a rotator for your team to the point that your ad spend becomes free.
I know who this is. Okay. He said this is Ricardo.
Really, really powerful,
okay.
guys.
Hey, Ricardo. Okay, Ricardo. Awesome. Yeah, man. Definitely free ad secrets if you're a Diamond member of Power Lead System.
That's the one I really.
That's the one we would focus on. Yes.
Yeah, definitely. Because you want more than 3 leads a day.
What's this one? You may want to consider developing pages. I can do this amount a month, and then Asa Rich says to go get this. It's true, right? That's how you keep track of all your stuff, because like when we meet with people, and Maria's right, we talk to them about their budget. We talk about what they're expending right now versus what they could be saving and doing the same thing with a different competitor that would actually save them so much time and money. And this is what Maria is actually, referencing. Like if you understand and you meet with us, let's say we have a consult. I mean, this is how we met Maria. We talk about the expenditures versus like what you could be saving on, because like Rich, you were talking about breaking it down to simple terms, hosting, autoresponder, output costs for, monthly subscriptions. Guys, those monthly subscriptions, really, they're not that much. Think about it.
And if you're,
they're not.
And if you're doing solo ads, you have an added extra expense, yes, because you need your tracking to find out what's going on.
Right.
But if you're just doing social media and you're not doing solo ads,
yeah,
you don't need that tracking software right off the bat.
No.
Eventually, you will need it though, because you want to see where your efforts are paying off. But if you're just getting started, I would just focus on having the autoresponder first. Start building your audience. Start getting your brand awareness going, so that way you start really getting out there and people start to see you and get to know you.
Okay, this is from a YouTuber. It says, "Hey guys, love your channel. Thank you so much. Here's the thing, guys. So Rich, this is for you. Setbacks happen to the best of us, doesn't it? If you found yourself back at square one, what key strategies would you guys implement to rebuild your success from zero?
Well, that happened to us. That, oh my God.
It happens.
Yeah.
Don't think it's not going to happen to you, because there's something of a cycle that happens to all entrepreneurs. So definitely this question is really a great one.
It taught me, wow, like that's a good question, because it taught me a valuable lesson, and it gave me a lot of experience in being an entrepreneur. So let me tell you, take a step back and show you how it all happened so you could relate. In 2008, I got started in marketing, right before I met you in 2010. And in 2008, I started with this company called Carbon Copy Pro. Now, a year later, I started getting frustrated because I was making like $1,000 here, $1,000 there, $100 here, $100 there, but nothing really to get excited about and fire your boss and be free like everybody else was, in that company. So I joined a different company. And when I joined this company, in a matter of, I think it was like, was it 5? Yeah, 5 weeks, my first $20,000. 5 weeks. I was just only making $1,000 like maybe in a month, or maybe every 2 months, right? I was struggling like that. But when I joined this company a year later in 2009, 20,000. Well, first it was 10,000 my 4 weeks, for 10,000. Then an extra week, that 5th week, I got another 10,000. That was very excited. That's when it got really real. And I'm at about 6 months, and went over 120,000. And then I was ranked like international diamond. That's the way they had their ranking and stuff like that. And I was really super excited. I was making so much money. I was like, oh, this is the way it is, right? You're free now. I was able to be completely free. I was traveling. I got asked to talk on stage. I shared that same stage with my coach, by the way. That's a good story. And then, my life was so amazing. I was so excited. And then the company got shut down. And things were just crumbling really, really fast. And then I had to start all over again. I started with a new company, and it was just like another uphill climb. I think I made 11,000 with that one, but after that, it wouldn't keep growing. And I went to another company. No matter what I tried to do, it just wasn't working. And it wasn't working because my mindset wasn't really where it is today. My mindset was not up to par then. I hadn't even had my coaching yet and stuff like that. My coaching started early 2010. So what happened was, I met Ace in 2010. And this is where I was still making money. And then from there, once I lost it all, there was hardly no money. And then from there, I got kicked out of her house. I was staying with you, with your
My
parents.
pops kicked them out.
Yeah. And then from there, I had to go back to Massachusetts. I went back to work at Best Buy. Same boss, same bad channel. So I went back to work. I started all over again. And I'm just, sharing this humbling experience with you that sometimes you have to do what you have to do. And, something changed in me, though, because when I went back to work, that same building, I became the top salesman in the whole, like almost the whole company, the whole region of Best Buy, not the state, not the East Coast, the whole region. I broke records in sales, and something shifted in me because of having my coaching, with Jeffrey Combs in 2010. And I can tell you that even though I was working, I never stopped building my business. We were homeless in Motel 6. If you guys know our story. And then from there, we got our first apartment. Our first furniture was a whiteboard. We were sitting on the floor. Then we got a table for our computer. I always had my computers, right? I was a computer guy.
Internet.
Always had my computer, my internet.
Yep.
So, it was a struggle for a while, but we never gave up. We never gave up hope. We always saw the outcome. We always knew it was going to happen. And then from there, I think 2016.
I was just thinking about that.
2016 was our first record-breaking year.
Yeah.
Where we made over 6 figures that year. And then from there, it just kept growing from there. Now, this is something that maybe you could relate to because, maybe you tried for a while and it just hasn't been working out for you. And that goes back to the mindset of understanding business and understanding that it is the people's business when it comes to affiliate marketing. if you look out there on YouTube and you see all these different types of affiliate marketers, they understand that the mindset is about the service and putting your brand out there, and always go out there with a place of service. You always want to be in a service mode, okay? Not always like selling or like I got to make money type of mode, because they can see right through you, the people. All right. And the mindset shift for me now is that we understand the business a lot better than we did in the past. This is why we struggled. It wasn't because it wasn't working, because other people were doing great. We weren't. So it was our mindset that needed to shift in a whole different direction when we started seeing things in a whole new light, a whole new way that we didn't see before. And now that we know this, our business is always growing. It never stops growing for that reason. And so if you're struggling and, maybe you were part of something and it didn't work out, maybe got shut down, like what happened to me, and you're just trying to get back up there again, understand that as an entrepreneur, you always have to be optimistic, even when the cards are not in your favor. That's like the biggest secret. Another lesson that I learned is that the more that we stay optimistic, even when you don't feel like doing something, is when that day you could have that breakthrough that you're looking for. Or maybe you're not looking for that breakthrough, but the breakthrough appears, and then you realize it, and you have one of the biggest aha moments in your entrepreneur career. And then you got the biggest lesson of all, that you learned something that you could take with you through life. And that lesson will help you write a paycheck for life. But you have to allow yourself to experience that. And the only way to experience that is to stay optimistic, even when nothing is working, even when the cards are not in your favor, even when you get up and you don't feel like doing it and the cards not in your favor. You gotta keep doing it like it's working, because that's when the lessons start coming in.
Bam. Dude, give me a pal on that one. That was awesome. Hope you learn from that, because that's from experience, like what we're sharing with you. So like, if we lost it all, the thing about losing it all, it's not a fear. We're not afraid of losing it all, because it has happened before and we cycled probably multiple times. But what I can tell you is, keep in mind, even though you failed, you technically didn't fail. What you did was you basically gathered so much experience that when you start over, you're not starting over from scratch. You're starting over from experience.
You're starting over from experience, and you
can really get it back.
Learn. Yeah,
you can get it back, just like we did.
And here's the thing I didn't say. In April of 2010 was my appointment from 2009 that I met my coach, and I was on stage from a different company in 2009 when, I was still making money. 2010 when things started going downhill, but I still flew over to California, spent 3 days with my coach. And if it wasn't for that coaching experience, I don't think I would have broke records in Best Buy. I don't think I would be back up on top with affiliate marketing. There's just no way.
Yeah.
Because I realized that it wasn't about making money. And if you were paying attention earlier, it was about learning about who I am and why I was struggling.
Hello, Sharon Curtis. Welcome to the hot seat. How
you doing, dear?
She said the chats were turned off, but I finally got them back. Good for you. Donald Candies. Hello, sir. How are you?
Donald.
What you got to say for us today? What do you do when you're mentally fried because nothing happening in your business, so you don't feel like doing shit, but you have to keep pushing? There's a saying when it comes to this. When you're mentally fried, you're taking on too much and you're overdoing it.
Yeah.
The only way you're going to be mentally fried is because there's so much other distractions taking your attention away from what you can focus on. In the book, The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson, he talks about picking one thing and staying focused on that thing, and then you get that slight edge. But you do it little things over a period of time. I think it was Darren Hardy who talked about that, right? The compound effect?
The compound effect.
The compound effect.
Like it's the compound effect with the penny, like when you invest,
right,
it just starts to grow and things like that. But a compound effect could be negative or it could be positive.
Right.
So he mentioned something about your health.
Yes.
Like if you don't do something for your health, that means over time, the compound effect, you'll get unhealthy, you can get
Right.
sick.
Right.
It doesn't happen right away.
Right.
It happens at things that you do daily, right? So let's say, today you got up and you just didn't feel like doing anything because you don't feel like nothing is working. This is where the test comes in. Are you worthy of what's waiting for you? And if you don't get up with optimism, even like if nothing is working, even if nothing is like going in your favor, you're going to start going down that downward spiral, and then it turns from optimism to pessimism, and then everything that's negative you're going to attract, because your behavior will create that experience around you that will bring you to that turmoil. Right? It'll just be like a pit. Right? It'll just be hell. Now, if we change it around and we say things are not working, we can analyze and go, well, why isn't it working? Instead of going, you know what, this is not working, I just don't feel right today. We can change it around and say, okay, so something's not working. Why is it not working?
The shift.
It's got to be me.
Yes.
Because I'm doing something wrong.
Yes.
And we talked about this earlier too before, like whenever someone has a bad experience, or they're just not that financially capable and they need to figure out, how can I change my circumstances when I don't have a lot of money? This is a great example for everybody here who's struggling with not having a lot of money. Put a spreadsheet together and hold yourself accountable. Build your audience on social media and ask yourself, how many conversations have I had today? How many conversations have I had yesterday?
Yes.
How many conversations have I had in the last 2 weeks? How many conversations have I had in the last 30 days? How many conversations have I had in the last 60 days, 90 days, 6 months, a year? Am I tracking this? Am I putting it on a spreadsheet? Right? Am I really knowing what's going on in my business here? Now, this is important because people that say, I don't have much money, I'm not saying this is you, I'm just saying people that say they don't have much money, they can always do something. Okay? The question is, are they willing to get uncomfortable to actually get the results that they want? Period. There's just no other way around it. Right? And the sad reality is, people do not do things that are uncomfortable until their back's against the wall, until something really bad happens. Right? We've talked to so many people over the years that we've seen them get uncomfortable because, of different circumstances.
Yeah.
Right? Like, this happened to me. Man, Ace and Rich, now I really got to do something. What do you mean now you really got to do something? Why do you really have to do something now when you could have really done something then? You see the mindset there?
Yeah, because human beings, what they do is do things on the last minute. It's like, if your house got broken into, is that when you decide to get a burglar alarm? Yeah.
Great example.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You don't think about it, but until shit happens, that's when you decide to go get a burglar alarm.
Prevention.
But see, that's the thing when it comes to this business. I think what happens is people fall into the traps of trying to do comparison syndrome, and they compare it to all the other successful people before them. And then what happens is they look at themselves and they go, I can't compete with that. I can't follow that. I can't do tech like them. I can't do that. Listen, all that, you can always find 110 reasons for an excuse, and you're always going to have a solution to every single one of them. It's just you getting in your own way. And not only that, you know what really psychologically is damaging? The fact that you're in it alone. Remember, this game is a lone game. You are in the long game, but you're in a lone game. There ain't nobody there telling you what to do anymore. You're so used to that. Our psyche is so used to our bosses telling us what to do. This is why when Rich and I came up with the slogan, fire your boss, and we'll show you how to design your 9 to 5. You're not going to do a 9 to 5 anymore once you find freedom.
Yeah.
Your freedom is not going to be the same way as you think it is. It's going to be a different type of a lifestyle.
Yeah, you're designing your own 9 to 5. So
yeah.
9 to 5 could be 6 to 2. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you're designing your own 9 to 5
exactly
for yourself.
Yes.
And that requires definitely a discipline.
Yes.
And also, like, if things are not going your way, like, how do we shift that?
Yes.
Like, how can we change that situation? We have to look into that.
Yes.
Okay, so you look at it from an objective point of view and say, okay, I know that I could be doing something better.
Yeah.
I know that I could be improving.
Yes.
Because what happens is when things don't go our way and things don't work, here's what happens. We tend to freeze. And we freeze because it's very, very comfortable. Not only that, but it feels so good to do nothing. Our brain loves that. Our brain loves it when things don't go our way and we just go, whatever. It just feels so good. And it's so easy to do, isn't it? Right? But we have to revert that. We have to change that. We have to be like, you know what? I'm not going to let that happen. I'm going to keep pressing on and I'm going to make it happen. Come hell or high water, I want a result and I'm going to figure out how to get a result. And then I'm going to share how I got that result. And then I'm going to multiply those results. You guys getting it now? That's how it works.
Maria says, Ace Rich, please share my why I'm doing this, preparing for things that are going to happen in the years to come. Well, I mean, everybody's situation is different. And Maria is one of our team members. And, her situation is, she has a daughter and, her circumstances is, she's fighting up against the system pretty much.
And you know what?
Yeah.
I want to say something about Maria. Maria, she doesn't have a lot of money. Okay.
Right.
But she invested in us.
Yes.
And she wants us to help put her business together.
Yes.
So yeah, it's gonna take some time, right?
Yes.
And she did pay us. We're gonna be actually helping out with her branding.
Yep.
We're going to be helping her out with putting her business together with her autoresponder, emails, things like that. Okay. And the reason why is because she's very, very hungry. Okay. And she invested in us. Now, when it comes to you, and if you have any struggles and you don't understand certain things, again, you can invest in us and we can help you put those things together as well.
Yes.
Okay. This is what we've done over the years. And we'll continue to do so as well. All right. So, Maria, kudos to you. And congratulations for getting uncomfortable.
Yes.
And, I know you don't have much, but whatever you had, you invested it now. And now we've been working the last few days, putting your, I like to call our, ecosystem, right? Our online ecosystem together.
Yes.
Where you don't have to worry about that. We're taking care of that. What I want you to focus on, I'm going to get some traffic. And then from there, you're going to get a little coaching from us and you're going to understand what you need to do and focus on maybe 1 or 2 activities.
Yes. And she's an inner circle member too.
And she's an inner circle
so it's
member.
A benefit for her to be a part of the inner circle because she's getting us every single week. So heck yeah. This person says, you guys have each other. That helps a lot. And when you're alone, it's different. It is different. But let me tell you something about that. When I was alone before I met Rich, where was my support? My family? No way. They didn't. Come on. They kicked them out.
Wait a minute. I didn't have no support either.
Yeah, no support either. But see, but let me talk about this because this is a mindset issue too. Why do people get involved with these businesses anyway? Right? Let's go back to the days of old when it comes to network marketing. We go to all those conference meetings and things like that. We get out of our house, we get on the road, and we go to a conference that's held at a hotel. But think about the caliber of people that are in the room. Okay, the caliber of people in the room at a network marketing event that's really a recruiting event. You're going to see a lot of positive people talking about making money. Well, what great room to be in, okay, is that. Now, when we are in fast forward to 2023, you're not getting out the house anymore and going to conference rooms anymore. You're online. So it kind of feels like a lonely place, doesn't it? But then think about it. What room should you be in? Online Facebook group communities. Forums, okay? Hangouts, live hangouts like this. Yep. This is where you're going to get your support, honey, because I'm going to tell you something. When you're alone, we got a lot of team members. They ain't got girlfriends. They ain't got boyfriends. They ain't got husbands and spouses. They're divorcees. Hello. And they're single, but they're solopreneurs. And they're doing this with our support. If you got somebody like Ace and Rich in your corner that's your coach, we're not going to leave you alone in dark. I'm going to tell you like that. And you have to learn how to collaborate with other like-minded. This is when I use this phrase, by the way, not you people who actually send us friend requests to say like-minded. Okay. You like-minded people are all in the same room. Napoleon Hill said it best when we actually call it a mastermind, because everybody is a group of people in the community, all for one common goal.
Yeah.
And that's to be successful. Okay. Now, if you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. You're the only one. Okay. Make sure that you join communities. Don't let that be an excuse any longer. Okay. This is such a great hot seat right now, what I'm sharing with you, that when you get to that point and you realize you're by yourself in this and nobody's supporting you, guess what? Leverage off of your online community, because ain't nobody going out anymore the way they used to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's true.
It's a totally different game. Hello, right, Karen? Karen's cracking up.
Different world. Different world.
She is cracking up. All right. Yes. Remember, Ace, how bad I was? Yeah, that Tracy, man. We talk about Tracy. We go way back with Tracy, many years. You know, Tracy was in a situation, you know, we were living in a Motel 6, but Tracy, he lived there longer than us. And he was in a motel. And he stayed there with his wife. You know, God rest her soul. She passed away. You know, and we were there for him to support him during that ordeal because he needed somebody to count on to help, you know, listen to him. And when he needed to talk, he needed that moral support. He didn't have it. Right. And he's a grandfather and he's a parent and he has all these things weighing on his shoulder. But lo and behold, he never gave up. The man constantly showed up at every training. I kid you not. If you ever watched any of our webinars, you'll see a guy that's spray painting on the wall. That was him. He'll listen. He'll still listen, but it was like we were the MP3s going on in the background, and he was listening to the audio while he was spray painting and doing his job. He made a commitment, even though he had no time to show up to all these trainings. He made a way. He put that phone on the I guess on the table, right, Tracy? Somehow, and he had it propped up, and we would watch him, and he would be in the background.
He also drove down,
from
where he's from,
to
one of our live events,
to meet us. Yeah, and it was a great thing.
We
dined together, broke bread.
Nice.
It was great. You know, we still kept that relationship. And that's what I'm saying. Like, no matter where you are in your journey, everybody's journey is going to be unique and different. But guess what? These journeys that you are on, keep in mind, whatever got you there in your circumstance that you're not happy with in the first place came from decisions you made that you didn't know was going to give you consequences. Mm-hmm. And you can't blame the system. You can't blame the opportunity. You can't blame the coach. You can't blame anybody but yourself for putting yourself in there. Now that you got that shovel and you dug yourself in that problem, you're going to use the same damn shovel to get yourself out. I say that to my son all the time.
There we go.
Maria said, by the way, I started by being determined to invest with little funds. It took me a little while to wait, but I dedicated my tax return check. This is how it can start. Tax returns are coming soon. Exactly. And I'm glad you brought that up, girl, because it's true. At this point right now, you probably are thinking and contemplating about whether to invest into Ace and Rich, hire us as your coach, or join underneath us in our program. Or maybe you see another program you're out into and you're thinking about doing it, but you know it's, you know, a little out of your league, but then you figured, well, wait a minute, if I move money around and I get my income tax check, I could do that as an investment. Most people, when they get their income tax, what do? They blow it.
Wait a minute.
You know?
2016.
We gotta invest
that breakthrough year that we had. We started with our
income tax check. We took both of them together and we invested into the high ticket program. We threw it all in. Let me tell you, that shit was scary. It was the most scariest thing I've ever done. But I'm glad I did it, because where I am now, had I not done that, if I could turn back the hands of time, God, let me tell you something. There are no do-overs in this lifetime. You get one chance. Like Eminem says, you get one chance, you get one shot. So if you ever spent $10,000, $20,000, $30,000, you get one shot at this. You better make sure you're fully confident that you're going to do the damn work.
Yeah.
And you're going to get that and break even, get it back, and then some.
Absolutely. Let's see, Tracy Lee.
God bless you. Yes, I'd be spraying. That was Arizona and Reno.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tracy, you know what's up. You got our number.
Awesome.
Ace told me I wasn't cut out for this. That blew my mind. I damn well did say it. I told Tracy that. Tracy, I think I won Tracy's heart that day when I chastised him and I cut him up, because you know me. I keep it real. And when I saw what he was going through with his mindset and everything, and I let him have it, and I said, dude, you're not cut out for this industry, man. You might as well just quit and bail out.
Yeah.
And we had a conversation the way it went. And, you know, he's not the first person I've said that to. I tell it to a lot of people that I see fit when it's fit to say, this is not for you. If you are going to have a mindset like that and you're not willing to transform and change, don't expect things to get any better. Right, Tracy?
Karen's cracking up.
And we can say that because it's coming from his spirit. Listen, if you were a friend of ours and we were hanging out at a Starbucks and having this kind of conversation, I'd be telling you to your face the same thing. If you ain't cut out for this, I told people all the time, don't even think about trying to build this business if you ain't willing to change. It's like when it comes to investing. If you are investing into something that's going to give you a higher rate of return on investment, but you're not willing to do what the work it takes to get that return on investment, why would you?
Yep.
Right?
Yep. So let's see here.
What we got?
You sure did. Yeah.
See?
Let's see here. We got Richard over here.
Number love, tough love.
Yeah, Richard.
It started out sunny and then it turned out cloudy. It's 52 degrees here in Monroe, Michigan. What is the weather there in Puerto Rico?
Hot.
Yeah, it's like, what is it, like 90? It's like in the 90s.
It's like 80s.
It's humid right now.
Yeah, it's
though.
like 80s. Yeah.
We get humidity, so it's like hot. Yeah.
All right, guys, we're gonna wrap.
Yeah,
this up.
Ace told me something. See, I bet you everybody will be like, Ace did something to me. I had some kind of an impact on your life. I must have said something to you where one word or a few words just kind of like triggered you, and you were just like, that's it. I'm getting off my high horse and I'm doing this. Doing it for me and my family, and get out of my way. Everybody else, leave me alone, right? Got to focus. You make a commitment, it's going to work. You stay focused, it's going to work. If you are consistent, which is the key word in the C's, is consistency, it's going to work. And if you don't do any of those three, don't even think about it.
All right, guys.
We're going to wrap this up.
Yeah, we're at the top of the hour. Went over a little bit. Actually, top of the hour. No, we went over. But
Lots
that's all right. We love to spend time with you guys.
Yeah.
So, guys, my name is Rich Guzman.
My name is Ace Guzman. Thank you so much for joining us on the hot seat. We're going to come back again next Friday, guys. Tune in, bring your questions. Definitely smash that like button if you really got a lot of value from this. And, don't hesitate to ask us any questions. As you can see, people are real. People are asking us questions, and we love to hear from you. All right. With that being said,
guys.
We'll see you guys next time. Enjoy your weekend.
And let me tell you something right now, guys. If you're still trapped in those chains of struggle, reach out to us. We'd be more than happy to set you in the right direction.
All right.
Take care, guys. Appreciate you.
Bye now.
Have a good one.